Have you ever been attacked at your weakest moment? Not when you were prepared, not when you were strong, but when you were tired, uncertain, and just trying to survive. That's exactly when the Amalekites attacked Israel. This story is not just about swords and spears. It's about unexpected battles, spiritual warfare, and a powerful truth. Some victories are not won on the battlefield. They are won in the place of prayer. Today, we explore this incredible biblical event, a story that reveals how God fights for his people, why obedience matters, and how unfinished battles can return stronger than before. Israel had just experienced the impossible. They were slaves in Egypt for over 400 years. They cried out, and God answered. The Red Sea opened. Pharaoh's army drowned. Chains were broken. But freedom did not mean comfort. They were now in the wilderness, thirsty, hungry, confused, and learning how to trust God daily. And it was there, not in Egypt, not in slavery, but after deliverance, that Amalek attacked. This teaches a sobering truth. Some enemies wait until you're free but tired. The Amalekites didn't fight Israel honorably. They attacked from behind. They targeted the weak, the elderly, the slow. Deuteronomy 25 tells us this clearly. Amalek represents those attacks that come when you're exhausted, when you're adjusting to a new season, when your faith is still developing. You didn't provoke it. You didn't plan for it. But suddenly, you're in a fight. Amalek was not just another nation. They were descendants of Esau. They carried generational bitterness. They hated Israel without cause. In Scripture, Amalek represents persistent opposition, spiritual resistance, and attacks against God's promises. Amalek didn't want Israel's land. They wanted to stop Israel's momentum. And this is so important. Not every enemy wants what you have. Some want to stop where you're going. Amalek shows up whenever God's people are moving forward. That's why this battle matters. Moses didn't respond the way many leaders would. He didn't panic. He didn't retreat. He didn't fight alone. He did something powerful. He sent Joshua to lead the physical battle, and he went up the hill with the staff of God. And here's the turning point. When Moses lifted his hands, Israel prevailed. When he lowered them, Amalek prevailed. This teaches us something life-changing. What happens in the spiritual realm directly affects what happens in the natural realm. His arms grew tired. His strength faded. And as his hands lowered, Israel began to lose. This moment is so deeply relatable. How many times have you started strong, believed boldly, only to grow tired over time? But God did not shame Moses for getting tired. Instead, God sent Aaron and Hur. They held up Moses' hands, one on each side, until sunset. And Israel won. Here's the lesson. You were never meant to fight alone. If your hands are tired, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. By sunset, Joshua overwhelmed Amalek. Israel won. The enemy retreated. And God said something unforgettable. Write this as a memorial. I will completely blot out the memory of Amalek. Moses then built an altar and called it, "The Lord is my banner, Jehovah Nissi." A banner is raised after victory. This wasn't Joshua's win. This wasn't Moses' win. This was God's declaration. Victory belongs to the Lord. But here's the warning hidden in the victory. Amalek was defeated, but not destroyed. Years later, generations later, Amalek returned. In 1 Samuel 15, God commanded King Saul to completely destroy the Amalekites. No exceptions, no compromise. But Saul disobeyed. He spared the king. He kept the best of the livestock. He partially obeyed. And the prophet Samuel said words that still shake us today. To obey is better than sacrifice. Saul thought partial obedience was enough. But incomplete obedience leads to future trouble. The hard truth is this. What you tolerate today may attack you tomorrow. Amalek always comes back when not fully dealt with. You may not face Amalek with swords, but you may face repeating struggles, persistent temptations, old habits resurfacing, and battles that won't stay buried. Amalek represents that issue you didn't fully surrender, that compromise you justified, that spiritual battle you postponed. And God is saying, don't manage what I asked you to defeat. Victory requires prayer, obedience, community, and persistence. You lift your hands, and God sends the victory. The defeat of the Amalekites teaches us that battles come unexpectedly. Victory depends on prayer, community sustains faith, and obedience must be complete. Because the same God who defeated Amalek is still fighting for you today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more.